my name is Taylor, and with me I have our CEO, Wendy Knight, as well as Mildred and our emotional support office dog here. And today we are super excited because not only do we have a new program that we rolled out earlier today, but we also do have our interns starting. So Wendy, first tell me a little bit about this bird program that we rolled out.
Well, you know, if you've missed our April Fool's video, you'll have to watch the one right before this live. But we had a great time today celebrating April 1st. But it's not just April Fool's Day. Today is the very first official day of nesting season on South Padre Island. And we're welcoming in our interns from the 2026 Jeff George internship program.
Yes, so Jeff George was actually the first paid employee that ever worked at Sea Turtle Inc. And then eventually he was the CEO, right?
Right.
He's awesome.
So he's played an integral part in the history of the organization and this internship program. So it's named in his honor. Hundreds of kids from all over the U.S. And internationally apply for this program, and 6 get chosen. And today, everyone will get to meet those 6.
I couldn't imagine the stress of being one of those interns that are applying for the job, knowing that only 6 get chosen for the entire pocket of people that are applying. That's crazy to me.
The bar is high. It's also Easter weekend, right?
It is, yes.
Tomorrow, Saturday night, we have Sip and Paint. So if you haven't registered, the link will be below. By all means, register for our Sip and Paint.
It's super fun. And then
Sunday.
We also have Easter. We are open on Easter from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And at 1 p.m., we will actually be hosting an Easter egg scavenger hunt where y'all can come into the facility. And I believe there will be a handful of golden eggs for you guys to be able to look for during our Easter egg hunt. So we're very excited.
A wonderful family-friendly event. It's an event you're not going to want to miss. So we have a really important weekend at Sea Turtle Inc. And again, celebrating today the very first day of official nesting season on South Padre Island here in Texas. So thank you for having Mildred and I to help kick off while we waited on our intern class, and I'll turn it over to Taylor.
Thank you.
While everybody else kind of gets in place. Taylor, you want to talk about nesting season on South Padre Island while they got situated?
Nesting season. Nesting season is one of my favorite seasons. It doesn't only mean crazy days, but it also means crazy mornings as well. So here we have the critically endangered Kemp's-Ridley sea turtles that nest and can start as early as April 1st, and will go all the way through the end of August, which is super exciting for us. When they're out nesting, they'll actually do it during the day instead of at nighttime like most sea turtle species, which means our team is going to be working 24 hours, 7 days a week after our first nest is laid, because they're out looking for those mamas so that we can collect data. They're out making sure we can pick up all those eggs and rebury them over in our protected corral area because we can drive on our beaches. So we are truly doing the most. So if you happen to see us out and about on our beaches at any point in time from April 1st on, definitely say hello, ask if everyone's doing all right, because we do indeed love all of our nesting volunteers as they are out patrolling for those sea turtles. If you haven't already done so, you still do have time to adopt your own nest, and it does help all of our conservation efforts here at our facility, and we wouldn't be able to do it without y'all. Now, we're going to start with our interns here because I know that we have one very large sea turtle, Ziti. So, hello, how are you, love?
Hello, I'm doing well. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. All right, so what is your name?
My name is Jocelyn.
Hi, Jocelyn. And what department are you in?
I'm with the conservation team.
So fun. She's going to be out digging for all of those nests as well. And what school did you go to, and where is your hometown, Jocelyn?
I graduated from Gettysburg College, and I'm from Camp Hill, Pennsylvania.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to allow her to release Ziti because Ziti here is a little large, one of our biggest turtles that we're releasing today. So Jocelyn, you can go ahead and you can release Ziti. And for those of you that don't know and that might not have been here in a little bit earlier this year, is we actually had a cold sun happen a couple of months ago where the temperature of the bay water dropped below 50 degrees and caused our turtles to stun because they can't regulate their own body temperature like we can. So when this happens, we'll bring them into the facility and we'll get them all fixed up and release them back out into the wild. However, some sea turtles need a little bit of extra time, and Ziti just happened to be one of those, as we did pick a pasta theme this year for our cold sun patients, which is super exciting. So Ziti was already missing his front right flipper. We were able to get that wound kind of cleaned up and make sure he was good to go, and we were very excited when we got the A-OK to release Ziti. All right, now, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So what is your name?
My name is Erica.
Hi, Erica. And what department are you interning with?
With conservation.
Exciting, another conservation member going out protecting those eggs. And where did you go to school, and where's your hometown?
I went to Arkansas State University Beebe, and I'm from Bald Knob, Arkansas.
Awesome. And which turtle do you have here?
I have Biscuit.
Biscuit, I know, was named after one of our medical care team members' cats back at home. So you can actually go ahead and release Biscuit here. Now, what's super fun about Biscuit is she actually has some extra scoots or scales that are going to be on her shell, which is super rare. So greens normally have only about 4 going right down the side, but she seemed to have a couple extra, which is super exciting. And look at that goodbye breath we just got from Biscuit. That's one of the things that we love to look for here. It allows us to make sure that we can make sure that turtle comes right up, gets that good breath of oxygen, and then makes their way right out into the Laguna Madre Bay. All right, how are you?
Hello, good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. And what is your name?
I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. And Sarah, you are with the medical care department, aren't you? Awesome. All right, where did you go to school and where's your hometown?
I went to Cedarville University in Ohio, and I'm from a small town in Ohio.
Awesome, I love it. And which turtle do you have today?
I have Gustavo.
Gustavo. So Gustavo is actually a pretty cool story as well. So Gustavo was found entangled around there, his front right flipper as well as his head. So our team had to cut that fishing line off, make sure that all of his wounds were pretty cleaned up so he was good to go. And it also looks like Gustavo has this metal tag here. So this metal tag is a way that we can identify turtles. We do put them on all of our nesting females, and it allows us just another way to identify them. All of these turtles also do have a small microchip in their front flipper as well, but you are able to go ahead and release Gustavo. Thank you, Gustavo. Gustavo wanted to make one last splash before he went back out. So again, we're looking for that goodbye breath here. All right, looks like Gustavo said see ya and does not want to come up for you to get that good goodbye breath. Alrighty, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. And what is your name?
My name's Eliana.
And Eliana is with our education department, so you will see her here soon on our lives as well. And Eliana, where did you go to college and where is your hometown?
I went to the University of Mary Washington, and my hometown is Annandale, Virginia.
Awesome! Another East Coaster here. All right, and which turtle do you have?
I have Anaeli.
Anaeli is here and was a rock baby, which means they were stuck over in the rocks here on the island. So you can kind of see that her shell does have some abrasions to it that have healed up super nicely, so those scales will start to regrow. So you can go ahead and you can release Anaeli. Sometimes when we release them, they see the seagrass right away that is underneath us, and they get very excited and try to stay nice and low so they can take some nice little bites out of it, which happens. Oh, that was perfect. That just brought me so much joy. Oh, that was so cute. Look at her. She's putting on a show today. I love it. Normally, they make their way right out into our Laguna Madre, so we don't really get a good shot of them munching away on that seagrass. So it's really fun for you guys to be able to see this with us. Now, one thing I do want to know is what you guys think our nesting records are going to be this year. So last year we had our largest nesting season recorded in history. We had 148 nests that were laid on our beaches, which is absolutely crazy. And we are really excited for this nesting season as we gear up for it here on the 1st. And we would love to know what you guys think is going to be the number of nests that we have here, and maybe even when our first nest is going to be laid. I know that we have a little competition here at work going on, and all of us are submitting all of our guesses now. So we would love to see exactly what you guys think it's going to be. But now we have 2 more turtles, so let's tune back to our patients. All right. Hi, Taylor.
Hi, Taylor.
How are you?
I'm good. How are
That's
you?
great. I just lost my crock, but it's okay. We'll find it. All right, Taylor, you are with the medical care department?
Yes.
I'm crushing it today. And where did you go to school and what is your hometown?
I went to the University of Alabama, and I'm from Columbus, Ohio.
Roll Tide. That hurt my heart. War Eagle over here. Anywho, Taylor, who do you have as a turtle?
I have Kay.
Kay. That's a cute little name. I love that. Kay was also stuck in the rock, so we're going to let you go ahead and release Kay here. Ooh, that was a sassy one. I love it. All right, now we have our last patient to release, which is super exciting. And this is actually going to be Bailey, one of our other education interns here. So I'm super excited to have her here. So Bailey, where did you go to college and where is your hometown?
Went to Texas Tech University, and I'm from La Mesa, Texas.
Awesome. Who do you have to release?
This is Violet.
Violet. That's such a cute name. I love it. So, fun fact for you guys that don't know back at home, if you happen to find a sick or injured sea turtle here on our beaches and you give us a call on our stranding hotline that is available 24/7, you are able to actually name that sea turtle and it will stick with them for the rest of their lives. So, Bailey, you can go ahead and you can release Violet. Awesome. Violet said there's seagrass right there. Her shell's really bright. Awesome. So as we watch Violet make her way back out into the water here, we're going to just quickly remind y'all that we are open on Easter. We will be open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We will be having our Easter egg hunt at 1 p.m. as well on site. On Saturday night, we'll be hosting our sip and paint. So if you haven't already registered, I'd highly suggest coming on over. I know the painting is absolutely stunning. And then if you haven't done so already, go ahead and adopt your nest, as well as any hatchlings, patients, or residents as well on our website. We'd love your support because we can't do any of our work without you. But with that, we are going to go sign off here as we say thank you to all of our interns for releasing, and thank you guys for joining us. Have a good one.